Somebody outrightly came to me and said to me, "You're still wearing makeup and you're still wearing high heels. And this is past 4 years. Like, are you not going to do something about conception?" Yes, she told me, and it's a fellow woman. And so the doctor looked at both of us and he laughed at us. The doctor laughed at us. He laughed that there was no way I was going to be pregnant except by assisted conception. Don't go to any place. Don't take advice from anybody advising you. Go up on this mountain. There's a prophet there. If he prays for you 3 days, you will conceive.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you see my face for the first time, my name is NJ. And today with us, we have, in fact, the most special guest so far this year. This is Nnenna of NENY'S platform.
Why my discussion gets so far this year?
Yes,
I don't
have to say it in a way so that I will not offend. Okay, no, I've had other collaborations this year.
I'm wondering, guys.
Because I've had collaborations this year, I wanted to, like, you know, that make you feel special without offending other people. But yes, we have a very special guest on our channel. This is Nnenna. Just please give us a brief intro.
Well, my name is Nnenna. She has said it already. Nnenna from NENY'S platform, and I am so happy to be on Banter with NJ's channel. You guys, I'm happy.
Nnenna is a YouTuber here on YouTube. Of your gosh, Nnenna is a YouTuber and she's a new mom as well. On her channel, she puts out, you know, new mom content. You know, she discusses, you know, important issues and all those other fun things and some other fun things. We're so happy to have you here today. Gosh, it's such a dream having you here. Like,
really?
Yes, now I'm finally.
It's such a dream meeting you.
We've been like phone friends for a couple of months now, just phone, and today I get to see you. And I'm not disappointed at all.
Guys,
I'm not disappointed. In fact, you've even exceeded my expectations. So like, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. NJ.
So yes, you guys, on this video, like for those of you who follow Nnenna, you might have heard her mention that she was trying to conceive for like over 5 years.
Yes.
And finally now she has a little baby girl. So today on my channel, on this channel, she's going to be telling us like all the struggles, everything she had to go through, the things she had to do, the hate comments she had to endure, you know, the sadness and everything that comes with it. So yes, she's here to educate us on it all and everything. So yes, if you're interested in this kind of video, if you want to know, like, if you just want to know everything about
TTC,
everything TTC, just sit back, relax, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yes, Nnenna,
yes,
I know this may not be like a happy topic to talk about.
No, why?
But since that you have a child, now you have a daughter, like, you can reflect and be, you know, and help others understand exactly, right? So thank you for choosing Banter with NJ as a platform to share your story. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yes, first of all, do you want to tell us what TTC means?
Oh yeah, for people that don't know, TTC means trying to conceive. You know, so that's basically what it means. And then a lot of people just use TTC. So if you hear TTC, it means trying to conceive. Okay.
Yeah, and you were married for over 5 years.
Over 5 years. Before
you became pregnant. Do you mind sharing with us like everything that it entailed and
guys, it is a lot. Like, in fact, that's one of the reasons, one of the motivations for me opening my YouTube channel, because it was more like an avenue to encourage somebody out there. Don't feel like the world is over. There are lots of women, and the funny thing is, in this generation, there are lots of women who are trying to conceive. I don't know how it has happened, but statistics have shown that a lot of women now in our generation are trying to conceive, and it has to do a lot with hormonal issues. And it's an offshoot of the things we eat, our environment, the toxins, and so many things have come together. And you know that everything about a woman is hormonal. Even your happiness, your stress, your everything has to do with your hormones. So yeah, that's the journey to my TTC, you know. So first of all, when I got married, it was like, okay, first year, okay, second year, yeah, well, you know, but by towards the end of the second year, that was when it's now started looking like, okay, what could it actually be? And we started trying to find out what exactly it was, and it was hormonal. Basically, it was hormonal issues, and doctors were trying everything they could to balance out my hormones, and it wasn't helping. Because of that, I was having irregular periods and all of that. So, and then sometimes the period will not even come, you know. It was a lot. So this went on for a long time, for years. Guys, it was like a joke. It progressed like that and went on for years. Now, in between those years, we were seeing, I can't even begin to count the number of consultants we saw, specialists, the tests I had to do. I think that's the most emotional part of trying to conceive, and that's the part where women break down. Every strength that you have, guys, sorry, but I'm getting a bit emotional just remembering this part, you know. And yeah, that's the most stressful part of the whole thing. When you begin to go from doctor to doctor, they're poking you, they're inserting things, they're doing this, they're checking here, checking there. At a point, it has a toll. It just affects your whole well-being, your mental state, and everything. And so yes, that happened as well. And then some very painful tests. Oh my god, they would inject things, check your fallopian tubes, check your uterus, check. It was so much. And back to back also, this consultant would give what he thinks should work, and you use, and you see that nothing, it's not working. So guys, it just went on for years, and at a point, in fact, as at the 5th year, immediately we were over our 5th wedding anniversary and everything. At a point, I just had to tell myself that you have to just take a chill pill, because it was getting crazy. But in the midst of everything, I tried to find a sane place. And that's another thing. Thank God for the kind of husband I got married to, because if your home is is hell, then there's no way, in this African setting, there's no way you're going to be mentally stable. So at that point, my husband and I just were like, let's just, you know, it was too much. Let's just chill. Let's chill. And in between that, I was also working. Work had its own stress on me as well. And as at the final consultant we had seen, the last resort, since nothing else was working, the last resort was IVF. And they had said to us, oh, you come in and do the IVF. But doing IVF would require that I get off every single thing. Like, I would not have to go to work. I will not have to do anything. And guys, let me tell you, oh my goodness. At that point, like, immediately they said the word IVF, I cried because I said, it's not that I am against IVF or anything, but that's a different journey again on its own. And mind you, I have required and I had tried to get a lot of emotional support, mental support over the years. And then it's like somebody telling you everything will not work, and then you're now faced with another phase of a journey. And let me tell you, they sounded it clear to us. They said, look, IVF is not guaranteed. So don't think that as we're telling you IVF, it will work. And if anybody knows anything, you know that IVF is in millions. It is not 100,000 or 500,000. It's in millions. So if it fails the first time, you go again, you gather the money, you do it again, you keep going. And then the process of the IVF, you know, you have to inject yourself every morning, and just a lot of, it was a lot. So when they broke the news to us, I was like, wow. So Nnenna, this is this what is, you know, is this the plan of God for my life? Like, this wasn't what I bargained for. And sorry NG, like,
It's okay. It's okay.
it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm trying not to break down in this video, and I'm just trying not to be all over the place. But in the midst of that, when they announced the IVF to us, we said, okay, fine, thank you very much. We left. And I just knew that that IVF thing will have to just hold on. I just told myself, stop. Like, just stop. Because if you see my medical reports, it's a pile. My medical going from one. And the funny thing is, for every doctor you meet, NJ, they don't refer to the verdict of the last doctor.
Oh, something different.
They have to start their, for every fertility doctor, they have to start their process all over. They say, oh, we have to do our own investigation. So it wasn't a walk in the park. It wasn't like, okay, so this is the reference from the other doctor and we can take it from there. No, they'll reel out their long list of examinations and all that. It was a lot. So yes.
Can't imagine. Oh my gosh. So how did you, like, throughout this whole journey, were there times where people actually treated you differently because you didn't have a child, or maybe made remarks, maybe, you know, maybe kind of mocking you for not having a child?
Of course, it's the African setting, NG, the way the African setting is put or structured. You would always get it in subtle ways. For mine, it was in subtle ways, you know, it was in subtle ways, except for a time somebody outrightly came to me and said to me, you're still wearing makeup and you're still wearing high heels, and this is past 4 years, like, are you not going to do something about conception? Yes, she told me, and it's a fellow woman, and she said that to me, like, face to face. But you know what, I had found, that's another thing. If you're TTCing, please try to find a support system. My family was really there for me. My family was a support system. My husband was that support system. So it was easy to just knock out those comments. You know, it would hurt you immediately, it gets at you, but I didn't let it go deep. And through that journey, somebody, a mentor said to me, for every area of your life, guys, you should have a mentor. Don't joke about it. Your spiritual life, finances, whatever you've decided to do, please get somebody that will help you through that path. So she said to me, she said, look, try not to make your home there was a word she used, like, don't make it a dull place. Do everything you can do to make your home a happy place, you know. And ever since she made that statement, I will put on the music at home, I will play, I will dance, I will try not to get into that depressive state, because whether you like it or not, from time to time there's a part of you that will be saying, but by now my child would have been in this class, or my child would have been doing this, or, you know. But, and secondly, something that kept me really sane was the fact that I was in the school system. So it was more like being with children all the time, you know, being with kids all the time.
For some people, that wouldn't actually be good.
For me, it worked for me. It worked for me because they were so loving. So it was like my own children. It was like me having my own kids, you know. So that also helped me. That if I didn't tell you, a lot of people found out after I gave birth, actually, a lot of people said, you mean you were trying to conceive? Like, they were surprised. But it was just a deliberate thing. It was a deliberate effort. And yeah, that's it, MJ. That's
okay. So how did you find out you were pregnant, and how did you feel? How did you react?
NG. Now, see, guys, anybody, with my experience, there's nobody on the face of the earth that can tell me that there's no God. Let me say it again in case you didn't hear that. After my experience, there's nobody, nothing, no one will tell me that there is no God. And let me tell you, when God blows the doctor's reports aside and proves to you that he is God all by himself, he doesn't need anybody to help him, then you will know that there is God. After all the sadness and gloom and everything, in the COVID year of 2020, guys, that was supposed to be our 6th wedding anniversary. And so I just continued working back to back and everything. I continued working, I continued doing my usual day-to-day life. And schools had to shut down with the lockdown and everything, so we're online now and all that. So the work, online schooling is a lot of work, so the work like tripled. So I had to work all through the night. I was preparing resources and all that. And just one day, out of the blues, you know, I just looked at my legs and I noticed like a black mark, like a black ring mark around my ankles. So I was like, which one is this one again? Like, I was like, what is this? And I was scared because I felt, okay, I had stressed myself so much that maybe my feet were beginning to maybe have a problem or something. Because this black line, black circle were around my ankles, like both of them. And so I kept watching. Then later, I just, after a week or so, I just felt off. It wasn't like I was sick or I was really running temperature or anything. I just felt very tired, very weak. So one day, it was a Friday, and I called my husband up. He was still at work. I called and said, it's like I'm fainting. I feel faint. I feel sick. Not like malaria or anything. I just feel faint. So he said that what could it be? I said it could be the stress, you know, of the whole thing. So maybe I need to rest more. That was what I said to him. So he came back from work that evening, and then he was like, okay, we'll go to the hospital the next day, which was a Saturday. And so went to the hospital the next day because I wasn't still feeling strong or anything. So went to the hospital the next day. So when we got to the hospital, we saw the doctor. Now we're seeing that particular doctor for the first time, you know, but we were using that hospital. So they brought my file. He read through the file and everything. So he said, okay. He said, how are you feeling? And so I said to him, I'm just weak. And then this black mark on my legs, on my ankles, I don't understand it. So he said, okay, we're going to run a malaria and typhoid test, and we're also going to do this PCV test. So he said, oh, that he's suspecting that it's low blood and they might want to boost my blood and all that, and I would have to take some time to rest. So my husband now said to him that he should do a PT, a pregnancy test. And so the doctor looked at both of us and he laughed at us. The doctor laughed at us. He laughed and he said his actual words, that there was no way I was going to be pregnant except by assisted conception. That was his words. And my husband said, really? My husband said, okay, do the pregnancy test, because there's no doctor we've ever seen, whether it's for malaria, they don't give drugs without checking to know if the woman is pregnant or anything. It's just a culture. So just do that as a routine. So he just reluctantly just wrote pregnancy test, okay, and pushed us. And you know, it was like you people like the iTunes. Anyway, so we went and sat down. So my husband was really not happy. He said it's so unethical of that doctor to, you know, say that to us and everything. I was so sad, you know, about that statement, because I was like, coming from a doctor, like if I finish dealing with people outside, I'll now come and deal with a doctor. Zero professionalism. So it was sad anyway from that particular doctor. And we sat in, waited, they took my blood, we waited for about an hour for the result. And when the result came, the lab technician went, gave him the results, and we just saw the doctor's head bowed down like this, and he just was looking gloomy and sad. At that moment, NG, sincerely, my heart started racing, because in my head I was like, what is it again?
Yeah.
What I hope, what is it? So he took some time, then he beckoned at us, he called us, he said, please come into the office. We came in, and he just looked quiet, in a very quiet voice, he just said, congratulations, you're pregnant.
I can imagine.
So first of all, it sounded like I was in a dream. You know how you be dreaming,
yeah,
and you hear something. So I was like, my husband looked at him. We said, what did you say? He said, congratulations, you're pregnant. You're almost at the end of your first trimester. Let me tell you guys, at that point, I was wearing very high heels, a tight jeans with tight belts. He said, you're almost at the end of your first trimester. You need to start your antenatal. Everything was happening very fast. It was like a movie. It was very fast. So at that point, I was shaking. My husband and I, we held ourselves because it was too much. Tears. I was crying. He held me. We forgot about the doctor and his unprofessionalism. So he said, madam, you have to remove your high heels first of all. Take off the belts you're wearing. I removed it. I held my shoes. I was shaking. Got into the car. I was crying. I cried till I got home. I got home. I sat on the floor. I said, who says that there's no God? There's nobody. Nobody will contest his lordship, and nobody will say, I helped you. It was IVF.
Yes.
He did it all by himself. Every single day I woke up, and it was as if immediately I found out I was pregnant, all the symptoms just came. From that moment, every perfume, I just begged my husband, pack all the perfumes, body mist, deodorants, out of the room, please. My wardrobe, everything. They had to wash my things. I stopped rubbing cream. I was as black as, if you saw me.
Yeah, there's a lot of like a big difference from your videos when you were pregnant now.
Yes.
Exactly.
So in fact, that was it. And every single day I felt a kick. It was like, no, this is surreal. And then the first day I went for a scan and I actually saw her. I videoed it, I sent it to my family members, like my mom, everybody. It was surreal. And my husband went with me. We went for the first scan. We actually saw her baby, her. It was just a proof that there is God. And
yeah,
that's it. That's the story.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Angie.
So yeah, what advice would you give to women who are trying to conceive, who have been trying to conceive for years? What advice would you give?
It's the toughest period of any woman's life. Like, see, I tried to be strong telling this story, but when I tell people like off the camera, I actually just really get into that zone.
Yeah.
Because it's only people who tell you it is well, don't worry, the Lord will do it. But you know, if you've gone through it, you know what it is. So if you're out there trying to conceive, what I have to say to you is, number one, it gets to a point where you have to be strong for yourself. And the strength I drew was from God. Because at a point, there are different emotions you go through. At a point, you'll be angry with God. Then you tell him, I don't understand why this is not happening. After a while, you realize that he's the only person you go back to. You go back to him again. So it's like a love-hate relationship. At the end of the day, you find out that he is your anchor. He's your source. So I would say to you, just hold on to God. Just hold on to God, because he has already said that we will be parents, we will be mothers. Our children will suckle our breasts. So that for me, that's it. I got to a point where I had to lock my heart to the things people would say or people would do. You would hear people come to you and say things to you, but you have to be strong and focus on God. That's just it. I don't, because that was what worked for me, so I don't know what else to say to you. I don't want to say go to different things. NJ, people were referring me to different places, go here, go there, go. And yeah, that's another thing. Please do not go to any place. Don't go to any place. Don't take advice from anybody advising you. Go up on this mountain, there's a prophet there. If he prays for you 3 days, you will conceive. Go to that valley, there's another. Don't do that. Just stay where you are. Like, God is everywhere, and he will meet you where you are. You don't need anybody to take you around the world visiting prophets and mountains. Yeah, so please be strong for yourself. And let me tell you, if you're weak, if you show weakness, too much weakness, not like you're not going to show weakness, but if you show too much weakness, everybody will see you as a weakling. So please be strong for your family, be strong for your husband most especially, and be strong for yourself.
Exactly. Wow. Gosh. We see you probably like this, happy, and we don't even know what you've been through. Wow, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Thank you for sharing your story with us on our channel. It's such a pleasure having you here. Seriously, Nnenna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angie.
So yeah, you guys, well, wow. I know that most of you who have been TTCing will relate to this story more than those of us who haven't had the experience, and God's grace will not. No. Yes. So yes, you guys, please, Nnenna is a YouTuber. Her channel name is NENY'S platform. Please head over to her channel, subscribe to her channel, and while you're there, you'll see a vlog on her channel with both of us. Please watch that video as well. Leave a kind comment, you know, in the comment section. Just show her some love, please.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I know it's not easy telling your story, but then it has a happy ending. So yeah, a lot of people will get to learn from this. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed watching, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course please subscribe to our channels. Okay, I'm going to put the link to Nnenna's channel in my description box below, so please subscribe to our channels. And yes, we're going to see you in our next videos on our respective channels. Bye.
Bye, guys.